everyone, and welcome once again to Geeks Not Nerds, the podcast. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm the real Manos.
And today, Manos and I are embarking on a crazy journey. We are once again watching a film that neither of us thinks is very good. And I brought Manos in on this, mostly, well, for two big reasons. One, I couldn't find anybody else that would stomach it. And secondly, because Manos and I did what I think turned out to be a really fun commentary on Batman and Robin, and I thought he was just the person to do something like this. So Manos, thanks for being with me.
Hey, no trouble. It's always fun.
And so today we are going to be talking about and watching the somewhat infamous Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. This remains to this day the only movie I've reviewed on Superhero Rewind that I gave a 0 to. And I haven't watched it since then. So this is gonna be really interesting. So up front, I'm letting everybody know, in case you don't already, that's watching this, I don't like this movie. I think it's incredibly disappointing, even as a Power Rangers movie, and we'll talk about why. I'm sure will be some riffing and such, which is the other reason I brought Manos in, because riffing is one of his favorite things.
Yes, it's quite a hobby of mine.
So, Manos, do you want any preamble, anything you want to say about this before we get started?
Yeah, a little bit. Of course, I'm not obviously the obvious go-to guy in the Geekvolution universe when it comes to Power Rangers. Mainly because I was like an adult when all this stuff was made. I was like in my 20s, and I'll say this right now. I don't have the same thing where a lot of you have, where this is like nostalgic for a lot of you, and you look back and you go, oh well, this didn't hold up, but this did, and this is still fun, and I still, even though this is horrible, I still fondly love it. I don't have that. This was like I was like in my early 20s when this all started, and it was kind of, I used to watch the Fox Saturday morning afternoon blocks. With Batman the animated series and the X-Men cartoon and the terrible Spider-Man cartoon, and
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
yeah, but anyway, the Power Rangers got mixed up in it all the time. So I remember as a kid watching stuff like this. I'm a big fan of like Japanese sci-fi and stuff like this. So I recognized what this was when I first saw it, and it kind of struck me as a weird sense of nostalgic back then. Like, oh, hey, this is kind of similar to stuff I used to enjoy when I was a kid. So, I didn't hate on it and call kids stupid. Like you see, when they have some sort of new cartoon out and you see people who are in their 30s or something like that, or even 20s go, the cartoons today are just terrible. When I was a kid in the 90s, this is awesome. So, I didn't do that. Because mainly the cartoons in the 70s were horrible. The ones it's like, yeah, you kids in the 80s and 90s and, today, you got some great shows. In the 70s, I had Jabberjaw and Super Friends and,
Yeah, so you're not looking back saying, man, if only Pinky and the Brain was more like Jabberjaw.
Oh, I know. I mean, I would have killed for a Pinky and the Brain in the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I had the Groovy Ghoulies back in the 70s. That show is remarkably stupid.
Man, Animaniacs, give me Hong Kong Phooey.
No. But, so it did strike that chord with me. Like, oh, okay, I get it. And I even remember my nephew, who is now, God, I think he's 20 or something like that now. He's about to turn 20. And I remember visiting my brother's house one day. He's like, at the time, he was like 3 or 4. And he's watching Power Rangers. And he has part of a Power Rangers outfit on. And he's not just watching it. He's sort of doing kung fu as watching it. And I looked at him and I thought, oh my God, I used to do stuff like that when I was like, 3 and 4 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't just watching it, I was part of it.
Yeah.
They're just not acknowledging me.
Yeah, right.
So I mean that kind of stuff, struck me right off. When Turbo came out, I believe I was working at the movie theater at Greenbrier Mall back then, and so I did see it, for free, and it was still not worth the money because it's not very good.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I do remember seeing this thing, and wow, it's actually disappointing as a Power Rangers commercial, frankly.
Yeah, well, we'll get into it. Manos, we have a whole hour and 40 minutes to
Oh,
talk about this,
okay.
and so I think we should jump right into it. And the length is part of the problem.
Oh,
So anyway, if you're going to watch the film with us, as always, go ahead and rig up your DVD or Blu-ray or however you're going to watch this. Past the menus and everything to timestamp 0. Make sure it's on the main track right at the beginning. Get it paused and be ready to hit the play button when I say now. You can listen to this theoretically as a podcast without watching the film, and Manos and I will do our level best to give you some context for what we're talking about as we're going. But we are going to be riffing a little bit too, so this particular one will be much better served as a commentary track than as a podcast. Manos, are you ready, sir?
I am ready.
All right, here we go. Everybody, make sure and press play right now.
Okay. And 20th Century Fox.
This is
Ah,
best. This is the best part of the film.
yeah, that's right. Hey, this reminds me of Star Wars.
Yeah, that's why it's so good. It's in movies I like. La
uh,
la la la.
da da da. We won't see this in the next Star Wars film, by the way.
No, it's crazy.
I know that's gonna be
Dan and I
weird.
talked about that. Yeah, when we review or did a commentary on Star Wars. And Saban has the rights to Power Rangers back now. They lost it for a while.
I know Disney had it. Isn't that strange that Disney had rights to something and then they let it go? Or
It's crazy.
I never,
Yes, they
I
did.
never thought that happened. I mean, that's
Hey Zordon, could you either talk faster or put the text farther up on the screen?
On a distant planet lives of a great wizard named something.
Manos, that'd be lives, pal.
Lives. Okay.
That'd be the verb form.
Oh man, if only Zordon could read this to me, I'd understand a little bit better.
I don't know how this movie has already killed that many brain cells for you. We've not seen a single frame past this opening crawl, Manos.
Turbo.
So when this movie came out, I was excited for another Power Rangers movie because I was a kid and I loved the first one. And this disappointed me in the theater. Like I had no rose-tinted glasses on, man. I mean, I was,
How old,
you know,
how old
11.
were you?
I was 11 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Ah,
was still watching this stuff. I was still into it. I was starting to come out of it, but not because I was growing
hey,
out of
Green
it so
Arrow
much
is in
as
this movie.
not that I was growing out of it so much as it got not fun.
Yeah. I hope this at least prepared you for the Phantom Menace that would come a few years later.
That's a good point.
I love the captions on this. I'm watching this with the subtitles,
Subtitles.
and the first subtitle is "Evil Chuckling."
That's awesome.
And let's go to our wizard here, who is he's the hero, I guess, but he's the creepiest thing I've seen in the film. Yeah, I know.
Well, I just don't know that you want your big new character that everybody's supposed to care about in your Power Rangers film to be a Furby.
Wow, and not even an appealing looking Furby. I mean, it's
No,
oh,
from the very beginning, when I watched this in the theater, I could tell this was not going to be of the same caliber, production wise,
yeah, I know.
as the original. We're sitting here watching this, and it doesn't look like a big screen film, right? Like this looks like you just tuned into an episode of Power Rangers.
It does. It looks like a fan film almost now. I mean, it looks like
Yeah, I mean, it's of the caliber of the production values of that show.
yeah, and
In fact, maybe slightly better because they're out in a forest, and they didn't do that very much. But yeah, this was really strange because I watched the first few episodes of Turbo when they were on and really didn't like it, so I didn't stick with it.
yeah,
I've seen a little bit of it since, but it's hard to stomach. And they didn't do what they did with the first one. The first movie's out of continuity. This one, you get to the first episode of the show, and most of it is a recap of this movie.
yeah.
They made a pilot for that show.
It was a lot like the original Transformers, where they made the big changes in the movie, and then you had to go see the movie, and then you come back, next fall, and the show has to. Actually, they did it better. Like they did a 5 episode miniseries that they basically just spend maybe the first couple of minutes catching up, instead of a whole episode.
Kind of interesting that they've got Tommy and White here, given that this would have been right at the end of Zeo, and they currently have their Zeo powers. So he's Red Ranger now,
Yeah.
and he's wearing white there, but everybody else is wearing their colors.
Oh, I have a theory that you can identify a bad movie by people in the movie, characters in the movie. If they start singing "Row, row, row your boat," you're watching a bad movie.
Yeah, but I'll put Star Trek Five in before this movie any day.
Yeah, well, I include Star Trek Five in this theory. Star Trek Five, this movie, Manos: The Hands of Fate, and Troll Two all feature characters seriously singing "Row, row your boat."
I think this and Troll 2 might have too many unsettling things in common.
Oh, really?
Well, Larago kind of looks like a troll.
Oh yeah. Actually, he looks like a better troll than the trolls in Troll Two.
I love how we have this silly opening scene just to have Rocky have an injury so we can take him out of the movie.
Man, Rocky, you're the worst ranger ever.
Well, and what's awful is we are really throwing Steve Cardenas under the bus here because he was never much of an actor even for Power Rangers. I mean, like if you and he even admits a lot he wasn't an actor. That was the first thing he ever did, and he wasn't an actor. He was a martial artist. He has his own martial arts school and stuff. And
Yeah.
he so even to the caliber of the rest of this cast, he's not much of an actor. But like the one thing they give him to do at the beginning of this is martial arts, and he looks terrible at it. And that's the one thing that actor knows how to do.
I know.
It's
Well,
not fair.
In Power Rangers, the actors don't do their own martial arts. The martial artists do their own acting. And oh wow, this is
That's
pretty
that's not wholly true. A lot of no, I'm just saying
a joke.
a lot of people get cast because of the martial arts they can do. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
I used to. Oh, get ready for this submarine, folks. We're gonna establish the hell out of it.
Manos, when you think of driving fast cars and racing and stuff, doesn't the first place your mind go to evil space pirates and
Oh
submarines?
man, you know it. Why in your Turbo movie are we going to, you know, pick the slowest vehicles ever? I'm surprised there's not a train in this movie.
Well, and I don't mean that your bad guys have to also line up with the gimmicky theme of whatever your deal is. Like, it's not like just because the Power Rangers are going to have a race car theme means the villain has to also. But then they spend most of the time on a giant ghosty sailing vessel.
I know. I guess to go along with the theme of like, hey, these are pirates.
Yeah, and it's just you walk into something that's called Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, and that's the last thing you expect. Also, in a movie for kids, the last thing you expect is a bunch of shots of Divatox's midriff.
Oh, I know. Well, let's get into this here.
I'm sorry,
First off,
midriff.
yeah, or midriff. Well, first off, we have Divatox is her name.
Divatox.
Divatox,
Yes.
who basically, to me, looks like the new 52 version of Kirstie Alley.
I had never thought of Kirstie Alley looking at her, but now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it.
Her comedic acting style reminds me exactly of Kirstie Alley. Oh, and this is just Jim Lee's version of what she would look like. Then of course I got the guy who looks like that one dude from Jedi, the one with the cone head. Uh, and then we got the toilet float guy, the blue.
Yeah, who doesn't look like the kind of monster that would be a henchman. He looks like a monster that would be sit down one time, made to grow and blow up.
I know. Well, or the kind of henchman you hang on a Christmas tree.
Well, it's a
ridiculous.
big
How does he move?
it's a big screen major movie, Manos, because we have giraffes in it. That's where the production values went. Although I'm pretty sure that was stock footage, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, yeah. Get ready for some more stock footage. Oh,
Because I mean, I could be wrong, but it doesn't look like they were using the same cameras. That's all I'm saying.
yeah. I mean, okay.
God, Larago, this
These
guy.
baby bird things are At least a little more realistic than Teddy Ruxpin here.
Oh man, I haven't thought about Teddy Ruxpin. Wow.
Uh, don't show us the soles of your feet. It'll give away the illusion. Oh,
Yeah, seriously.
eat them.
I mean, I'll give them this. The puppeteering isn't terrible or whatever, but I just don't care. Like,
Yeah.
why do we have to spend all this screen time with this random, like, creepy gnome guy?
Yeah, that has that upper lip problem. And
You know, he doesn't speak English. He doesn't talk.
I know.
So
I mean,
I mean, like, we just watch him, messing with stock footage of lions, and okay, maybe they're actually shooting
well,
that.
that lion doesn't look like it's exactly going to attack them. Oh, like they're implying. Oh,
That's true.
it's
No, no, it doesn't.
like that
That
lion
wasn't stock.
looks like it's going to like fall asleep next to him. But oh man, you couldn't just like put makeup on the dwarf actor. Oh, there we go. Alpha.
Finally, we're at least looking at stuff we care about.
I love how Alpha is looking all around for Zordon. He's always in that tube.
Where else could he be?
Like, where
Zordon,
are you? Like,
are you floating on the ceiling again?
like,
Are you in Mary Poppins?
are you high, Alpha? I'm always in the tube. I'm never out of the tube.
Why do we have this giant close-up shot, like the fuzzy close-up shot on Zordon's head? They never did that in the show.
Uh, yeah. Oh,
How awful would that look on the big
oh
screen?
I know. It didn't look good.
And also, the power chamber there doesn't even look as good as it did in Zeo.
Yeah, how is the cheapier budget? They must. It's so strange because the first film, I mean, it did well, right?
Oh no, it did great. Yeah,
It's
it was a
amazing
big
to me
deal.
that they went cheaper on the sequel to the extent that they did.
It doesn't surprise me all that much, and it's because people's interest in Power Rangers was waning
Yeah,
after
yeah.
Z. So I think they were just unsure about sinking a bunch of money into a big budget sequel.
You know,
I think this was honestly a matter of trying to save money. I think the idea here was, let's put the pilot for the new show, let's stretch it out and do a couple things that make it look a little bit bigger in scale and scope, and then put it in the theater and try to, get some money back so that we can make it viable to keep making this show. That's what I always thought was going on.
yeah.
So
Okay, we're gonna get going.
yeah, that special effect was great. There, we're just gonna show the beaming of the feet.
Yes.
Okay, so who in their right mind ever thought having a 12-year-old Power Ranger was a good idea?
Oh, I don't know. I guess they thought the old adage that hey, he could be an avatar for the kid fans. Imagine themselves as the Rangers, but kids imagine themselves as one of the Rangers anyway. They don't need to imagine themselves as a kid Ranger. And, they imagine
Precisely.
themselves as Tommy or Kimberly or whatever. That's something I've never understood. When I was a little kid,
I don't get it either. Kids want to be adults.
yeah, kids want to be adults. Kids imagine themselves as Batman. They don't want to
They want
be.
to fantasize that. Yeah, they don't want to be Robin. I mean, when we were kids, you're watching '60s Batman. Are you imagining yourself as Adam West or Burt Ward?
No, of course not.
Of course you want to be Adam West.
Yeah. Birds Twitter. I love the captions on this thing.
So, we are 12 minutes in,
Oh,
and this far in the first movie, we had morphed by now.
I know. Well,
Just want to throw that out there.
Let's
And
compare.
so far, nothing is going on in
You
this.
said how long have we been in this? 12 minutes?
12 minutes.
Wow. Hey, remember what happened in the first 13 minutes of Avengers? That
and
was
and that's
great.
and that's because I don't even want to give this movie any dignification by comparing it to the next thing I'm going to mention, but this movie does somewhat have the same problem as Structured the Motion Picture,
Hmm.
in that you're stretching out what was meant to be a pilot for a TV show into a whole movie, so it's just bloated.
That's true.
But the thing is, I mean,
Love these
a,
jeans.
a, a big difference. A big difference here, though, is the first Power Rangers movie was not an hour 40 minutes. There was no reason this had to be this long.
You're gonna be our new monkey god.
Meanwhile, back in the fish tank.
Oh my god. I want to take us
Okay,
down to 20,000
okay,
leagues.
okay, we get it. We're in a sub. Okay, we get it. It's not the Starship Enterprise.
Hey, can someone get this thing off me?
I every time I go to sleep, I need like 16 of these putty guys to get me up.
No,
I don't know what they're called in this.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
You
Oh,
know, have putty things. I don't know what they are.
oh, if you painted like continents on him, he could be like a globe. Teach kids.
That's hilarious.
I'm gonna teach you kids how plate tectonics works. Oh, let's see.
Oh man, you got to go find. Okay, so this henchman's got to go find two humans of purity and strength, and who's he gonna grab,
He
Manos?
grabs Vulcan's skull first, right?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot. Why do they? Yeah. Oh, thank you. I didn't. I needed to see that one last bit of the. Oh, good. There's more submarine. Thank you.
I'm sorry. What were you gonna ask?
Oh, don't they hit their heads and think they're German or something?
Yeah, it gets crazy,
Oh,
and it's the sort of thing where it works in a 20-minute episode in a way it doesn't in a whole movie.
yeah.
Boy,
Hey, I love
I
seeing a
bet this guy
mascot.
playing.
What's that?
I'm sorry, I was just saying. I bet this guy playing Lieutenant Stone never thought he'd be in a movie.
Well, especially afterwards. Hey, is that a monster or? Oh no, it's just a mascot.
It's a Monscot.
Yeah. What happens if you're like a mascot in this universe? I mean, you could easily get confused with one of the monsters.
I bet half of them have been transformed into
It's
monsters
like, oh no,
by one of the villains. Yeah.
it's an attacker. Like, oh no, no, it's just me. I'm Steve. I work here. Oh man.
So really, we're gonna do this gag and have to watch it on the big screen.
Ugh.
Gee, I wonder what's gonna happen.
I don't know. Who does that? Then the next.
One thing Zio gave us that I think is great is that Skull is actually a brilliant concert pianist,
Yeah.
and I just love that. I think it's fantastic.
Oh, finally, they're gonna eat him. No.
No, actually, we're just gonna have Power Rangers walk around in a jungle forever, not doing anything Power Rangery.
Oh. This reminds me of parts of Australia because I'm Australian. Remember? That's my character.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for that wonderful character development.
Yeah, I mean, the characters in the show, especially this generation, I guess the characterizations are upbeat. Oh, like what's the name of the Yellow Ranger? I can't remember her name.
That's Tanya.
Tanya. I was trying to remember when I was getting ready for this earlier. It's like, God, I know Rocky and Tommy and Kat because when the first time she appeared, she was turned into a cat. So
She was.
brilliant
They
writing.
they they did kind of a pseudo. Yeah, and she's played by, if I remember right, she's played by someone whose real name is actually Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they try to do kind of a pseudo evil Pink Ranger thing with her.
Yeah.
Man, they always had problems with this motorcycle. This is the same motorcycle that always broke down on them in Zeo.
Oh, okay. Oh! Oh no, we've killed 3 people.
Wow. So let me give you another timestamp. 18 minutes in.
Ugh.
Nothing's happening. Old smelly bait.
Man,
What is with that fish? That's pretty funny.
it's not midnight yet? Oh. Dun, dun. Let's rip off another shot of a movie. And
And one other case where Bulk and Skull just happened to be the only two people around
I know, but
to get
at
picked up
least
by the bad guys.
at least we don't hear their theme music when they walk around in this one.
Oh, that's true. Actually, now that you say that, I kind of wish we did.
Uh, Actually, yeah, I will work. I will back that up. I do. We kind of missed the theme music.
Now that you say that, in fact,
I'll do it next time we
this
see
being
it.
a big this being a big screen movie, like a big a movie for the big screen. What they should have done was done some kind of like mid '90s rap version of it.
Oh! Don't say that.
Look, Cat's a Ghostbuster.
I know. Oh, what? Boy, those things really do look like toys.
Yeah, but they don't look like fun toys.
Yeah, they look like the crappy ones that
The problem is that Power
Grandma would
Rangers was
do.
a toy commercial, and one of the things that the first movie got right was everything in it looked like fun.
Mm-hmm. Man.
It's like, okay, so now we're gonna do like a snake attack. Does anybody care? Why don't you just okay? Your line is, "It's morphin' time."
Yeah, I mean, you're Power Rangers, and they're
Your
threatened
line
by every random
is,
thing. Like, wow.
"It's morphin' time." Like, is there something that's keeping them from Oh no, there's not something keeping them from morphing. Because watch what happens here. She's gonna fall in this water, or she's gonna drop. She's gonna morph. The camera's gonna be so far away you barely her costume. That will be the first morph in 20 minutes, and it will barely count.
And Tommy is fighting Anaconda here. Oh,
Just freaking morph, Tommy.
this scene is right out of a really bad '50s B movie. Like the girl gets threatened by a snake. I mean, a snake.
Yeah, and I guess they expected kids to be kind of thrilled by this because it's the sort of thing you don't see very much, in Power Rangers. But look, she's gonna morph, go in the water, and now we're done with that.
Yeah, and that's done. And then we barely see that costume too. Go
Yeah.
snake! Go snake!
So I guess the morphing, cushioned her fall. I mean, frankly, I'm pretty sure she could have survived that without morphing. Look, Tommy's going to.
Yeah, man, that snake did really well. Rita and Lord Zed should have just got a snake and like threw it at them, and they could have
Yeah,
Power Rangers.
wow, that's a really good point. Boy, if they fight a monster, they fight a big giant costume looking monster they know to morph. But if they're just attacked by nature, they're
I
petrified.
know they should have just thought of that. It's like you guys have
God,
been way
nature.
overdoing it. You should have just
What
grabbed the
do
snake
we
from
do?
Pet World.
So somebody want to explain to me why falling in water made her demorph?
I don't know.
The heck was that about?
My theory is since they were getting rid of those toys, oh, I mean costumes, uh, that I guess they didn't want to show it. Um, I'm not sure why. I mean, even in the Transformers animated film, we saw the Transformers they were decommissioning in that movie.
I guess my point is I don't think you can do a scene like this in Power Rangers while they have their powers and they can morph. Like it just doesn't work. They should not be a problem.
I agree. We'll see like them later, like threatened by natives or stuff like that, and other things that really aren't that much of a threat to people with Power Rangers powers.
Now I do want to give credit where it's due. The stunt where Tommy jumps off and does the dive looked pretty good.
That did look good.
That's something they wouldn't have done in the show.
And she twisted her ankle. We could do a drinking game of all the cliches in this movie.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
I mean,
And our characters have gotten nothing to say or do yet.
yeah,
Like we're just supposed to care because they were put in danger, but it wasn't the kind of danger that they shouldn't have. It's really lame, right? Like, how are kids not watching that, going, "Come on, Tommy, morph. What's wrong with you?
come on, yeah, you fight
You're a Power Ranger. You
aliens.
stop. Yeah, you've stopped two major empires. Well, probably more than that, from destroying the whole planet. You have been the only thing that can stop them several times. When the frickin' Machine Empire showed up, frickin' Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa leave and let them take over the moon because they know they can't fight them, but you guys can.
Yeah.
And Snake in Water, what do we do?
Maybe you should just teleport there or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we know you can do that. Maybe we missed something where they said something about not.
I think there was probably some lame excuse.
But
But I mean,
you know,
hey, if they teleported, we would miss all this cool drama of them limping.
I I still wish they would explain why she uh, had to demorph.
I,
Uh,
I think we'll
Because
sort
that
it
wouldn't
out
have
or
happened
something.
to her. That wouldn't have happened to her. But I guess the whole point of all this is they've got to meet this freaking Muppet.
With his assistant living chimps. Like, no, we're taking care of you now.
Like, don't you feel like
Like
this
they're.
nature stuff is supposed to be the reason this is on the big
I
screen?
guess so. Yeah. I mean, the
Like,
chimps
but
are
look,
like.
we never would have had the money to put monkeys
I
in Power
know.
Rangers.
We went
So
to
this is a
the
big deal,
local
you know.
zoo and got a trainer. We spent $50 and everything. Oh,
I gotta give Jason David Frank a lot of credit, man. This guy is one of the toughest fighters in the world, and he doesn't bat an eye at the goofiness of this stuff.
I do. I will concede that he is really good
He's
with the
he's
stupid
he's
crap he has to
fantastic.
do with every movie, and he does it so earnestly.
Yeah, and well, and not just movies, but of course, all the shows he was in. He loves doing this.
Yeah.
He just loves it. He's gone on record multiple times saying, "I do it for free. I love it."
Are chimps always this attentive in the wild? I mean, they're standing like they're like the wait staff of a restaurant or something.
It must be the proximity to that crystal staff thing.
Maybe it's like, yeah, do you need anything else, sir?
Like he leaves and they're like, "Thank God, now we can go back to swinging around and throwing poo at each other." Gee.
All right, don't
Yeah,
move.
yeah, they're all like, "Okay, bye." Uh,
I guess
Furby guy.
I guess when you're 7, you think chimps are just like this, and they're not, face eaters like they are in real life.
Yeah, I think they should have taken one of those super smart chimps and made him a Power Ranger over the 12-year-old kid.
Oh man, that would have been. Oh man, are you kidding? That'd be like printing money. If you made a chimp
Like,
the Blue Ranger.
I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, orphan time. All right. Monkey Ranger 3, blue.
You just made Power Rangers much better.
Movie much better. For the record, from what you were talking about earlier, I am one of those kids that grew up with Power Rangers, and I do, as I've said a lot of times, have that nostalgia for it that you were talking about earlier because I was not in my 20s at the time,
Yeah.
and I don't have that for this.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh God, when I was a kid, oh man, I was big into Sid and Marty Krofft stuff. Which sometimes the Saban Power Ranger stuff reminds me of, especially the early years. Sid and Marty Krofft did like, oh man, like Sigmund the Sea Monster and H&R Puppet stuff, and
Yeah,
Wonder Bug and Bigfoot and Wild Boy. And Electra Woman and Dyna Girl. Oh, I used to watch those all the time when I was like 6 or 7. And
the way. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
what's that? Oh, and they're just
No,
terrible.
nothing. Go ahead.
Oh no no. Oh, I love the baby. It's just a doll.
Uh, the way we it's actually moving a little bit. The way we have been establishing the crap out of that submarine.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if we did that every single time we went to Rhea Repulsa's moon base.
Oh.
Like they must have been really, really proud of themselves
Mm-hmm.
with that thing. And to be fair, it doesn't look bad or anything. I just don't know why we have looked at every inch of it
I
already.
know.
Like, we just went underneath it.
Yeah.
Like seriously, it looked like the Frog Zord from the
I
front.
know. We're intimate with this thing already. We know every like detail
Yeah,
of it.
God, can we at least wait till the third date? Like
I'm wagering now. You probably might know this better than I do. They probably used all that footage in the series,
from
and they
Sentai.
would
See,
cut to Diva Talks.
yeah, I don't know that for a fact with this particular film. I haven't looked at that. I mean, obviously the TV show always did that. I don't know if all of this was 100% created or not. Somebody knows, leave a comment. I'd like to know that.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look film quality wise very different.
Yeah.
So I'm really not sure. Um,
Oh no, she's caught Honey Boo Boo.
So I'm a little hung up on this, but in Manos, I don't know if you watched any Zeo at all, but
I did not.
the I'm really hung up on what the command center looks like here because in Zeo it was lit darker, it looked a lot cooler. It had they've changed the design a lot and they've put too many like control consoles in it. It just looks silly. And one of the things I loved about the I say command center, it's the power chamber in this, but in the power chamber in Zeo in the background they in those tubes that you see in the background with all the colors,
Yeah.
they used to have the Mighty Morphin costumes.
Ooh.
And that was always cool. It was very, Batcave trophy-ish, right?
Yeah, yeah,
They
it was.
took they took that out. That's so annoying. And so this is the other thing we did to pad this out. Throw Jason and Kimberly in here.
I know. I remember actually the reason why. Let's see, I was working at an usher at a movie theater. The reason why I would like step in and watch it is because I heard two of the original Rangers were in it. And one of them was like Amy Jo Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a look at this, and I don't know why they're in this movie. I mean, I guess.
No.
Oh,
Sadly,
it's
they don't do very much to elevate the material, and I love them both.
yeah, and
They are fantastic. I really like. I've always liked Jason.
and let's see, and they just get beaten up and like thrown around and like they're
And then mind
useless.
controlled at the end. Well, and then at the end, they're just mind controlled and they attack the Power Rangers, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Um. Oh, I look really bad. Can you adjust something?
There's really important things going on.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if I've expressed this yet, but I really dislike Alpha. I never liked Alpha at all. I hate the
Oh
fact.
well,
I.
I can't meet you there. I've always liked Alpha, but
He is man. I don't know. There's just like like Tweaky from the Buck Rogers show, and Seven Zark Seven from Battle of the Planets. Just we can't handle this sci-fi stuff. We need a cute robot, and like they're not feeling.
yeah, that's fair. And it's a little Hanna-Barbera.
Oh my god, yes. I just wish
But
I just wish he would say I all the time. I mean, come on,
well,
who programmed him to say that? That's
yeah,
his
and
program.
I can put it into perspective for you though, because Turbo. I mean, like this movie is so prophetic
Yeah,
because it is a not very good Power Rangers movie that leads to an abysmal Power Rangers TV show.
yeah, no,
And one of the big things they do later on is they try. I think it happens here. I think it's before Space. They trade out Alpha 5 for Alpha 6.
oh yeah, I remember that.
And the
He was
voice
worse.
there is 40 times worse.
I remember him being worse. Oh,
Oh man, look at these jet skis, man. Putty. To be fair, Putties never did that.
yeah. Oh, these guys are evil because they're riding jet skis.
They're riding evil jet skis.
Jet
And
skis, the mark of evil.
we think we know what's going to happen here, right? We think, guys, we are 30 minutes into this movie. Our Power Rangers are not going to morph.
Yeah, here come the Power Rangers. They're gonna morph and kick some butt. Like,
Yep, not
hey.
going to happen. We haven't gotten our turbo powers yet. I don't understand why they couldn't have morphed Zeo a couple times and then gone Were they? Let me ask you this,
I
Manos.
don't understand
You
how
think
that.
they were afraid they were going to confuse people?
I don't know. I don't understand how this. I don't understand how this wizard thing got away from them. He walks slower than RoboCop. Like, were they that distracted? Oh man, those rocks in the desert that supposedly move? They're faster than this thing.
I think he moves slower than the blue guy with the huge helmet thing all the way around him.
No kidding.
Okay, so this isn't even one of those things where like it's just putties and they're easy to beat, so we're not going to morph yet.
Yeah.
This is we're just not morphing because we haven't thought of it. Like I don't mean to. I'm sorry if I'm being annoying for constantly complaining that we haven't morphed yet.
No,
But
that's a legitimate
but
complaint.
it is Power Rangers. What else do I have to go for? To like what else do I have to latch onto in this?
Yeah.
And that's the big thing I focused on when I reviewed this was, well, it says Power Rangers in the title, so I'm not really expecting, real great deep storytelling with a bunch of really interesting characters that are not interchangeable. Like, I can deal with all that. I know what it is. Could we at least give me the stuff that made Power Rangers kind of fun to watch?
I know.
The first movie did,
I mean, you pretty much saw them doing stuff, and
and it
yeah,
wasn't
the
just because they had a ton of money. Because on a TV show budget, they fought things and morphed.
this stupid sonic screwdriver doesn't work.
Are you sure that's what that is?
Well, it's a QVC version. All right, I'm gonna stab you in the head with this until you talk.
Diva Talks, why would you wear a mask that only goes all the way down on one side?
Reasons? Um,
Was that your Diva Talks impression?
yeah. No.
Oh man, we gotta go to the Nemesis Triangle. We gotta go to this like Bermuda Triangle place, Manos,
Yeah.
where they force us to watch Star Trek Nemesis over and over and over again.
I know, and young Picard is there or something, or
Yeah, and we pretend like he's always been bald.
oh, did a bug just fly by? Was that part of the movie?
Yeah, actually, I think that is part of the movie.
Oh, okay, okay.
They're doing a thing with it. No, I had the same thing for a minute. I was like, why are they doing that? And is she just improvising? Because that's great.
Because this movie is so cheap, I would have believed that a
That
big
tongue was
bug just
cheap.
flew by. And Maligore.
Yeah. This whole thing is about her wanting to marry a giant lava demon.
Yeah. Maligore. You know, if
By the way, she doesn't grab them because they used to be Power Rangers. She just grabs them.
yeah, I know. It just was dumb luck that there were two former Power Rangers,
And it was dumb luck that it was Bulk and Skull. And I'm gonna assume that she just knows that they used to be Power Rangers because she's friends with Zed and Rita.
I guess
Which is not a joke. Later on, she calls them up.
Oh, I do know. I do know that.
The one oh okay, and has the one scene I liked in this.
We'll get to that, and we'll get to that scene. Oh.
And so the whole reason we're gonna go to a new power source and have the whole turbo thing is because we're in a movie.
Here are the new toys that will be available this Christmas, kids.
They're extraordinary cars
that are fighting machines, even though they don't have any weapons or really do anything.
Yeah. So we're gonna spend most of the movie out on the open sea.
I know.
In a film about cars. Oh, this is crazy.
I know.
So we're about to finally see them actually in some costumes, but not doing anything. Just the old Mighty Morphin thing of, okay, we just introduced a thing, so you have to try it out by standing there and looking at it.
Yeah. Adam, here's your car, Desert Storm. I don't know why I named it after the Iraq War, but I thought it sounded cool. Mountain Blast.
And Tommy, yours will be called White Lightning. I mean, Red Lightning. Sorry, I'm not actually reflecting on anything that I think you might be doing with your weekends.
All right, now kids, come to the gigantic Simon game.
I said the exact same thing when I reviewed this.
Yeah.
And then they give you this huge crane shot of it, and you're like, oh my god, it's Simon. That's what it is. I think the colors might be the same.
I think it is the same color.
Maybe I'm wrong. Look at that, and then look at the way they're holding their hands on it.
Yeah.
It looks like they're about to play Simon.
A Simon version that came out.
Look at that. Look at that. It is Simon.
Whoa, Tommy, that was good. Now, of course, we're waiting for... Man, Zordon is kind of a jerk. I mean, one of his Rangers gets hurt, and he completely replaces him. Like with a kid.
Yeah, but then, Kat gets hurt. That didn't happen to her.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the injury wasn't as bad, but there's no discussion about her sprained ankle. It's just now she's good. Now she's fine.
She was healed with troll magic or whatever.
Oh wait, she was? I missed that.
Oh yeah, she was healed by the troll.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna call that thing the troll.
Yeah. When a plot is this not sophisticated, I should not have any difficulty following it.
Yeah.
But I was too busy complaining about the power chamber.
That's true. Oh man, I keep thinking about Stephen King's Christine when I look at Tommy's turbo mask.
Well, and it sucks too because we just had to replace some pretty cool looking costumes with some not very cool looking costumes.
Yeah,
Maybe that's the reason they're not in the movie.
I never really liked these costumes very
They
much.
wouldn't want anybody to compare Zeo to Turbo because there's no comparison, guys.
Go, yeah,
Oh
go.
man, we're driving, and we got the theme song in there, so
Yeah.
we know what that's gonna sound like.
Power Rangers Go Turbo! I think Lou Reed wrote these lyrics. They're really, really good.
Uh, Dune Star.
Yeah. Yeah, that's her. That's Tanya's car name. Oh, now it's in turbo. Now it's really fast.
And
We
then they
just drove through the Knight Rider credits.
Power Rangers runs out of gas. The movie.
Yeah, I gotta say, they did some decent camera work here to fool the audience. I think with the Justin character, like you can barely tell he's a 10-year-old.
Uh, I guess.
I mean,
Except that
it's a decent
you
fake.
saw if you saw any previews at all, you knew that was going to
Oh
happen.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But still,
And plus, you don't set up any character in Power Rangers the way they did without it becoming a Power Ranger.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
I mean, it is unusual to have a 12-year-old, sure, but
I'm glad they probably never did that again, did they?
no, not that I know of. And something I really always enjoyed in the TV show, and I don't know if they show it here, but when he morphs, he gets like 6 inches taller.
Yeah, he becomes an adult because there's no 10-year-old stunt people.
Well, and also they're using Sentai footage, and they didn't have a 12-year-old in Sentai,
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh.
so that's why they have to do that.
Well, if Trini could instantly become man-shaped in the first season.
That's true, but it's funnier when they show someone actually growing. I mean, like it was years before I even noticed that with Trini.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, never picked up on
Well,
it.
of course, that's one of those tricks. Oh,
But there's no trick in this. They just go, look, he's taller.
yeah. Hey, cool, we're walking through a Disney pirate theme or something. Oh, here we go. Uh, this is where Turbo Rangers gets on the slowest vehicle possible.
Yep. See, it's they're being ironic, Manos.
I guess.
It's called juxtaposition or something.
Oh.
And isn't this kind of silly too? It's like, okay, so we're gonna have this kid that's not old enough to drive, and we're gonna make him a Power Ranger in the driving one.
Yeah, and we have to give him a line about license. Like, that really matters. Like, you're fighting space aliens, so who are you showing the license to, anyway? I mean, what? Even Tanya
Yep, that's called acting.
can't. That might be her best acting.
Wow, Alpha gave me a crash course in driving. When? When did that happen? I learned how to drive. Of course, being a Power Ranger, I'm not going to have to be taught how to actually like work a Megazord or fight
Yeah.
or anything. Just driving. Everything else comes with the power of.
Could someone turn that light off behind the ship? It's giving us away.
It's the clapper.
Yeah, it's old technology, but we still have the clapper anyway.
And now we have to establish the heck out of this giant set.
Oh, well, we paid for it. We're going to film every
Yeah,
inch of this
exactly.
thing.
I mean, again, to be fair, for something that looks like the TV show as far as like the film quality goes and stuff, there's some decent production values in this.
Yeah.
But but like it wouldn't feel so jarring if it weren't for the fact that we had a big budget Power Rangers movie that like people that worked on really major motion pictures worked on.
Well, I think the biggest problem, of course, is not so much the budget, really. I mean, I can make tiny complaints about that, but
Sure.
to be honest, it's the script. It just goes nowhere. They pad and pad and pad this movie, to the point where it's like, are the Power Rangers even in this movie? I mean, the very
Well, yeah.
glimpses of the Power Rangers. It takes all the way up until the conclusion, really, to see the Power Rangers really do anything.
do anything.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have a small fight on this boat a little bit later, but
And to be fair, that is a complaint to be made about the first movie, that they spend a little bit too much time. Well, they spend a lot too much time not in costume, because a lot of the movie they don't have their powers anymore.
yeah. But
But at
even
least for kids, it's this kind of big deal of, oh no, they lost their powers. What's going to happen? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like here, it's just we've had our powers the whole movie. We just shifted to a different power source. Well, and in fact, I don't even know that they have a different power source. I'm going to assume that they're still using the Zeo crystals,
it's
and that Zordon just redesigned everything for no good
it's
reason.
just different equipment. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it
Why do we need?
doesn't have.
I guess what I'm saying is, why? Hey Zordon, why turbo? Like, why cars? Why racing for this particular mission?
Because I was
He's
just
never
in a big car mood, okay?
I mean, he's never done this kind of thing before.
Soon I'll like dinosaurs.
I liked them before, I can like them again. That Zeo thing was just because that's what the crystals were called, and I got sick of it, because it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Soon I'll be doing a unicorn theme.
Okay, so you're going to think I'm really nerdy when I say this, but it is a little cool that they just threw in the Hope for the World music there. That's written by the guy who did all the music for Mighty Morphin, and that was one of the songs that was in a lot of Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
And I love his music, so I do think it's pretty cool they threw that in there. I wish it was in a fight or something, but I guess okay, we're Power Rangers, we're going off on a mission, Hope for the World, fine, whatever.
yeah. Oh.
Hell's bells. I have to give the lady playing Divatox props for being so into this.
I will say that I was actually just about to say that. Yeah, she's over the top, and I guess that's a bad performance. But I mean, she sells it, and I get the feeling when I watch her in this that she's probably a better actress than you would lead to believe. And
Yeah, no, I think
character.
she's just delivering the goods, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, she is a ton better than all the Power Rangers actors. Um. So I mean, if you told me, oh no, she's really good, I believe you. I'd like, well, what? Show me something she's good at. Uh,
Well, like I said, she seems to be just really digging being in this. I mean, there are other Power Rangers villains where they just were not over the top enough. You
yeah.
know what I mean? They just could not get into the silliness of this material. You have to ham it up when you're playing a role like that. And like the woman, I'm in somewhat the minority on this with Power Rangers fans. I guess some people really like her, but like Astronema in space, I never thought she brought it compared to Divatox.
I'll be honest, I don't know who that is.
No, I didn't think you would, but there will be
I'm
people
familiar
listening to this that know what I'm talking about, so I thought I would mention some
I'm
things.
familiar with Rita, Zed, and then Divatox, and that's it.
Well, and of course, well, and Ivan Ooze.
And and the movie guy, Ivan Ooze. And I will say, yeah, out of all those Divatox tries, I mean, I can really see her like doing her best. Like with Rita, I don't. Well, I mean, first off, the first was a Japanese actress that they just dubbed over, and then I think they hired someone so they could have like more scenes with her or something like that, right?
Right. And I think she was also dubbed.
Yeah, and yeah, well, they had to keep it connected or something like that, so they dubbed her. But I
But the
mean,
voice actress
she
was
never struck me
really.
as a really good. I mean, it always struck me like they just found somebody in the crew that kind of looked like her.
Yeah, but I always liked the voice actress.
Oh yeah, was that an actress?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because you could tell me that was just a high pitched guy, and I believe it.
No, no, no. It is an actress.
Morphing.
Yeah, well, if the Power Rangers can't do it,
Yeah,
somebody's
might as
got
well have
to.
some morphing in this movie.
Might as well have some random creepy object thing morphing.
And oh, good, we get to feel emotions for this kid we don't know or care about. And odds.
Well, and I mean, we could be building some things here where we give like really good reasons for why this kid should be a Power Ranger and stuff like that, and it just doesn't really work out. I
Yeah,
mean, at least they try to have a reason for one of them to like him a little bit, but it's kind of more of a pity thing.
it is. It is. Like, oh, his mom died. That's sad. We have to like him. Uh,
Yeah, I mean that doesn't mean that you're qualified.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, none of the other Power Rangers have like tragic backstories that make them superheroes.
If they do, we don't know about them because we don't know
Yeah,
these characters at
because we
all.
don't know anything about them.
Oh,
I
well,
mean,
everything's cool. I was just talking to him about his mom.
I mean, there's Adam going, well, at least I'm not a frog anymore.
Yeah.
Wow, look at these guys.
I know.
These
I
came
have a
right out of Super Mario Brothers.
oh, terrible. I have a theory that this sequence is shot like this, like at night, and there's a lot of obscuring. Probably because these costumes probably don't look that great. They probably. I'm willing to wager that they probably look at these things on camera like, wow, these are not really worth it.
Well,
Let's
they're up to the
obscure the shots.
caliber. I think they're up to the caliber of, regular Power Ranger monsters.
Yeah, I guess. I
Here's an idea. How about morphing?
yeah. Hey, what's going on? You're totally beating up aliens and
Hey,
stuff.
yeah, I mean, again, these aren't putties. These are monsters. If you don't need powers to fight these guys, then why don't we get the army?
I know we could just get cops. I mean, if a 10-year-old can beat them, I know at least a couple of cops that could actually take these things out.
Manos, that's what I want to see. I want to see I want to see a movie that's like cops in the Power Rangers universe. Bad monsters, what you gonna do?
Hey!
And then you have so you do it in the exact style of Cops, where it's like documentary style,
Yeah, yeah.
and you have these cops. You have like a cop driving down the street, and he's like, yeah, every now and again, Rita Repulsa, she sends some monster down here. We usually drive up, we look at him for a minute, we go, yeah, Power Rangers will handle that. We go get some donuts.
Yeah. Well, they were attacking and the Power Rangers weren't around, so we figured out we could actually just shoot them.
Usually, more often, we handle monster domestic disputes.
Yeah. Actually, that's usually our go-to solution for all these: shoot or or beat with clubs. So actually, we don't even need these Power Rangers. I mean, look at this. Look at this guy. I mean, he just like scared them.
Basically, what happens is the Power Rangers go fight these big monsters with their Megazords, and we flap into space and deal with Zed and Rita's domestic disputes.
Ha ha ha! Love boat.
What's the Love Boat? Oh my god. Did you
Actually,
do that because you had a Brady Bunch reference in your last movie? Is that the
yes, yes.
is that the
Actually,
reason?
Justin's line of "What's Love Boat" is probably the funniest line in this whole movie.
That's sad because it's not.
And it's actually I don't. It struck me as the most honest moment when I was watching this earlier.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, to get ready for this was like I actually laughed at that. It's like, yeah, a 10-year-old wouldn't know what that stupid joke was about. Hey, Kim, I just remember
Could
we're
we
Power
just
Rangers.
or I just remember we used to be. Oh, and I love that you get the sense that Jason's thinking, man, maybe even has a line, I forget, where he's thinking, man, I sure wish we could morph. Well, the real Power Rangers never actually do that anymore. You guys have been missing for a while, but the new big thing in is to not morph if you're a Power Ranger.
I know, just like drive, through the desert with a car that is pretty useless, actually.
I wish we didn't put our best actors underwater
Yeah.
in this
Um,
movie.
Amy Jo Johnson, I think, had the best career out of all the Power Rangers.
Well, she's one of the only ones that really stuck with acting.
Yeah, I mean, she was in Felicity, uh,
Yeah.
which actually they made a hilarious reference to Power Rangers during a Halloween episode where,
Oh, really?
yeah, where her character went to a Halloween party dressed as the Pink Ranger.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was like, oh, thank you for referencing.
Isn't she in like a Canadian cop show?
Something like that. Yeah, she keeps working. Um,
Yeah. She's always doing stuff.
yeah, and I can't think of anybody else. True Chang, who's in the first season, passed away.
Right.
Um, and she died in a car accident like the week of 9/11. And I I remember discovering that years later. And it was one of those things where, like, I mean, she died during the week before 9/11. So obviously, most of the country, even Power Rangers fans, were thinking about,
Right.
other issues at that time. So it kind of got forgotten about until like, the average fan will probably go, "Hey, where's the original Yellow Ranger? What's she doing?"
Yeah, I think a lot of people didn't know about it.
Yeah, and then they realize like she's been dead for like 10, 15 years now.
Yeah, people talk about it a lot now. I mean, it's really sad what happened. So can we just call this Nemesis Triangle thing what it is? The Nexus?
I guess, yeah. I mean,
I mean, look at it. It's the Nexus, right?
basically any standard Star Trek thing. Oh no, a
I mean,
thing!
let's just make stuff that's really silly look like other things from other franchises that were also really silly.
Yeah.
That's not a triangle, it's a line. It's a straight line.
It's the perfect storm.
Okay, so
Oh, I wish
we
this was
don't
the perfect
morph.
storm.
So we don't morph when creepy mutated looking dinosaurs show up, and we also don't morph when there's a huge scary supernatural electrical storm. So when do we morph? That's my job now, is just to complain about that.
Oh, Bride of Chucky, that's what she looks like.
Yo, you're absolutely right. She is Bride of Chucky.
It's like, oh, it's been killing me. What does the
With like a
life...
scary mind control helmet thing on. In fact, I think she's creepier than that.
Yeah, actually, well,
Oh
she
my
is
god,
creepier
don't
than...
make noises.
what's Bride of Chucky's name?
I think we should just keep calling it
Yeah,
Bride of Chucky.
Bride of Chucky. Well, that's better anyway.
I don't know what her name. I stopped at 3. I never watched that.
Get out of here, Bride of Chucky.
Manos, for me, the Chucky movies stop at Child's Play 3.
Get over there and tell them what you did.
Tell them what you... Wow, look at these guys.
Yeah. Boy, I bet they thought they were going to sell some troll dolls with this one, didn't they?
I don't think they ever put those out.
I think the wizard one, whatever his name was,
Here we go.
I think they made a doll of him.
Did they?
What?
Boy, I never saw
Look at
that.
these things. They look like toys.
No, I know they do, but like I don't remember there being very much merchandising for Turbo at all. Like I said, this was made mostly just to sell the TV show.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was obviously TV show stuff, but not any more than usual.
Yeah.
Like I'm totally gonna eBay this crap, man. I don't think that existed. And for the record, if it did, I'm not buying one.
No. Now, granted,
No,
I'm not 100% on this, but I'm fairly certain they did. Or if they didn't, they were thinking of it. I mean, come on. I mean, that thing. I mean, if they just could have put makeup on, the door factor, and that would have been it. But no, they got to put a incredibly heavy animatronic thing on their poor heads. I feel bad for any actor in that kind of getup. Till, Divatox can't do that. She'll fall over.
Okay, as far as I can find, Manos.
Yeah?
The only thing that existed was a garage playset that had a tiny little Larigo in it.
Ugh.
That was it.
Wow.
I can't find anything else.
So, are the Power Rangers closets just filled with like yellow shirts and red shirts and stuff like that? Like,
yes, there's even a reference to that in Dino Thunder, and it's hilarious.
Oh, that is funny.
They do a great job in Dino Thunder and some of the other series after that of making fun of stuff like that. Tommy, when he finally becomes a ranger in that, because he's in his late 20s, early 30s, and he's like, I'm going to be a ranger now again, and he becomes the Black Ranger in that, and at the end he's talking to the other Rangers and he's like, okay, I got to go out right now, and I have a severe lack of black in my wardrobe. I just love that. It's hilarious.
I am aware, even though I haven't watched Power Rangers since pretty much this is about around the period I kind of even stopped casually watching it. I am aware that I think the writing in the later shows did get a little more savvy, I guess.
Oh, it did. Yeah, absolutely. I watched an episode of RPM a couple weeks ago that Eric sent me, and didn't really care about that show much before that. I mean, like it was, well, I didn't care about anything past Dino Thunder, and it was like Terminator future, kind of.
Yeah.
It was like a post-apocalyptic future, and boy, he sent me this episode, and he said if you don't like this, you won't like any of the rest of it. But he said this might turn you around and make you watch it. And I gotta tell you, man, for Power Rangers, it was pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
There was a decent character study in it. I was very surprised. I mean, for Power Rangers, it wasn't like deep or anything, but like it was an honest to God story. I was kind of impressed with him.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Why aren't Bulk and Skull drowning?
I think maybe they're about. I don't know. I have no idea.
Just
Sorry.
just occurred to me. It's like, wait, why is it flooding in their cell and Bulk and Skull aren't drowning? I mean, I normally want them to drown, so I mean that's usually a default emotion for me.
I'm sorry. Were we watching a movie or something?
I don't know, something like that.
Manos, we've been watching this for an entire hour.
Oh, kidding?
A whole hour. And do you feel like you're anywhere remotely close to the third act?
Ugh, God.
I just don't even feel
You
like
mean the third act
I.
of my life?
I still feel like hardly anything has really happened.
Hmm.
Well, we got on a ship to go, save this Larigo guy,
We got
and
we got Amy Jo Johnson wet. That happened.
yep, that happened.
Now we've been drowning some more. And, even Bulk moves faster than the wizard guy.
Yeah, I think it's amazing that Bulk and Skull are able to swim and not like smack their heads into everything.
Yeah, and former Power Ranger gets caught. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you're right. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Like, the guys who don't even understand how mustard works got through okay. It's ridiculous.
Oh man.
Ugh.
And we're swimming, and we're swimming.
Well,
Well,
not
I'm
swimming.
not.
We're
I'm not
not
scared
even
for these
swimming.
people. I'm pretty sure they're gonna make it, Manos.
Oh, man. Oh, and Ikatak's flushed. Actually, that's kind of is what she's doing. She did flush. This is exactly how Jason was fired from the show. He was just.
What do you mean?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. I'm just like I don't understand that joke.
Jason, just go to
Oh,
your
oh,
dressing room.
oh, I see what you mean. They're like, let's. Sorry, this movie has made me no longer understand comedy. It's like, oh, Jason, step on this trap door. We're gonna flush you down into a bunch of water.
Okay, I will. That's my Jason impression.
It's so sad after watching him like fight Goldar and stuff in Green Ranger Saga, and then he's reduced to that. Like,
Oh, I know. It's terrible.
sad.
Hey, I found Gilligan's Island!
What's Gilligan's Island?
Shut up! That's what it is!
I'm sorry, it's the lost island of the what? The Mohicans?
Oh, no. Little buddy! Skipper! I think I
So,
someone
would you
yelling.
please explain to me why we had to use a ship to get here? I just thought of this. We've got Zords, and like, did only the ship knew how to get there or something? Is that what's
Didn't they
going on?
teleport to Australia earlier in the movie?
Well, they teleported to a place that Kat said was a lot like Australia.
Okay. I want to take us down to 20,000 leagues.
It's not an. It's not a hamster. It's a Furby.
Oh no, he's gone over to the dark side.
No, he's just a regular Jedi.
He's just in a black cloak.
Yeah, remember prequel trilogy, you could wear black and still be a regular Jedi.
Ah, here's the Rita
Oh,
scene.
here's Rita. The time change.
That is
They're on
funny.
the moon.
I'm willing to wager that she improvised some of her jokes in this.
I think so too. Yeah.
Because,
Now I kind of forget the way Zeo ends, but I didn't think they got their moon base back.
yeah.
If they did, why aren't they trying to, take over the world again?
You think I liked sleeping with Attack on Titan? disgusting.
Oh man, Lord Zed is my favorite thing from Power Rangers ever, and he's sleeping in this for 3 seconds
Yeah, we saw his
with
dick.
a stupid blindfold on.
I know. We didn't even see his
Oh
whole body. I'm willing to wager
man,
there was just his head that they had.
they didn't even have to call up the actor. I mean, the voice actor. That man, so sad.
This,
But I do think that seems kind of funny.
I know.
I like that part. That's the part I like.
Then we got some tribe guys. You know what Rita should have told Divatox is buy a snake and throw it at them.
Yeah, I get the feeling that maybe even Bulk and Skull don't think that this material is up to the usual caliber,
Oh man,
even for Power Rangers.
when you're like not up to the caliber of Bulk and Skull humor.
Oh wait, we forgot to do it. Da 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 da
Oh,
da da da
it's hilarious because there might be more.
da da. Tommy, what does your tricorder say? I pulled out my PKE meter. Oh my god, wait, you're gonna actually use one of these newfangled vehicles that you
I
got?
know, this is hilarious. I love the way they use this thing.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Okay, let me get my super minivan here.
Okay, got my seatbelt on. Yep. Okay,
Now, if they
got
could,
my
now if
frosty
they
in the
could
cup
have just
holder.
drove
Yes.
on water, why didn't they just take their vehicles instead of the boat?
Yeah. I mean, it moves faster than the boat, even though it looks like the engine's probably not even on.
I know. They could just hit on turbo and go.
Yeah, and then they could even like use the name of the movie for something.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm pretty sure that's all they use any of those cars for. One time, goes on the water, that's it.
Oh man,
They'll form a Megazord at the end, but that's about it.
Bulk and Skull fooled us.
Yeah, they're like those samurai guys from Ninja Turtles 3.
Oh, hey, cool.
And still a better movie.
Let's see. I mean,
Da 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 da
give it
da
the
da 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 da.
Okay, I gotta get mom's minivan back by 3.
Really cool view. That is a very futuristic set of binoculars there.
I know, man. Those look like the toys your grandma buys you because she hears you like Power Rangers, so she gets the most basic Power Rangers thing she sees in the store. And you're like, oh, thanks. It's kind of what I
Well,
like.
and again, imagine this a movie for a thing that is usually a toy commercial with a bunch of things that look like toys, don't look like any fun to play with, but don't worry because they didn't produce any of them.
I know, yeah. Where's that battle? Did they make a pirate ship toy?
Nope.
So you could. Oh no! So kids of the '90s couldn't recreate all these awesome scenes.
Okay, that explosion looks okay.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. That's some good model work. Oh no, Johnny Depp is dead.
Confound it! The batteries are dead.
That's the best scene in the movie.
Yeah, it really is. Well, something happened, Manos. Oh, that's right. Now the cars drive on water.
Hey guys, I just realized the pirate ship was useless.
It just occurred to us we could have just ridden in these things the entire time. You know what we're not gonna do though?
Use them
We're not
again?
gonna morph.
Oh no, God.
Manos, we are an hour and 7 minutes into a Power Rangers movie where we have not morphed yet.
I know. There's more morphing in the There's more morphing in the Brady Bunch Go to Hawaii than in this.
I mean, like we could watch the pilot for Mighty Morphin
Oh man.
and see the stock footage they're going to use over and over again, and just watch that, and it's so much more exciting than this entire film.
Oh wow. Well, at least there's nice scenery.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they've got that going for them, but I just don't care. Wow, that guy is kind of moving at sort of a pace there. That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh,
You know, the big bomb head guy?
oh, get this rope off my groin.
I love the volcano. I love the face.
Yeah.
It looks like the Oogie Boogie Man
It
from
does. It does look like
Nightmare
Oogie
Before
Boogie.
Christmas. Hey, it's the Oogie Boogie Man.
Does he talk?
Whoa! Whoa! Sorry, what?
Oh. Oh no, they captured my troll doll. Look at that. It does look like him. It doesn't talk, does it? It looks
No,
like
that would be so much. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
that.
Boy, it looks like it ought to just start talking. It looks like that should be like a little model
That would be great.
that somebody puts their hand in and it's a big puppet.
You know, if this was Adventure Time, he would be talking. Ben, Jake, can you help?
Even an hour, 10 minutes in, they could salvage this entire movie with a giant talking mountain.
I know. This would be the Talking Mountain movie.
But then it would turn into a never-ending story pretty darn fast.
I would take it. Oh,
I
actually,
would too. Yeah.
to be honest, Logan, this already is the never-ending story.
Nah, the never-ending story is so much better than this. Falcor!
You know what would have been cool?
Betray you! What?
As if, let's say Divatox didn't realize out of all the billions of people on planet Earth, she captured two of the other Power Rangers. It would have been neat if maybe Jason and Kimberly would have been, I don't know, useful and maybe had been like working on the problem from their end. That might
Yeah,
have
that
been
would be
neat.
great. Wouldn't it have been neat if the Power Rangers were actually, again, morphing and doing Power Ranger stuff, but then it took the two original Power Rangers with no powers to solve a lot of this?
Oh,
That could
that would
have
have
been
been
fun.
interesting.
Sure. And then they could have done some kind of, oh, I don't know, story with an interesting message, not heavy-handed or anything, but just do sort of a thing, you know, for kids about how, you know, you can solve problems with ingenuity and the right motivations and things, and you know, some resourcefulness, and you don't necessarily have to have superpowers.
Nope, nope. If you have no powers, you're useless. that's, that's the messages I'm getting right here.
We're off to kill the wizard.
Oh my god, can I take this thing off? I can barely walk in this thing!
Why are we carrying this empty cage? One of these cages is empty now.
Oh my
Why are we still carrying it?
god, I look like a Christmas ornament from the 60s. Get this off!
With a kilt, no less!
I know. God. Stephen Hawking could beat that guy up.
Oh man, Lyrico's dying. Somebody go sew another one.
Oh yeah.
Somebody
Can't he just heal
somebody,
himself?
Oh my god. They're gonna do it.
Oh.
They're gonna do it, Manos.
What?
There it is.
What's going on? Oh.
I think it thinks it's a Power Rangers movie.
Yeah. Transformers.
There he is. He grew.
I know. That's kind of. You know,
That just didn't grow.
Yeah. More than meets the eye.
Doing the star turbo power. Well, at least we got a morphing sequence. Oh man, that green screen looked terrible.
I know, this is really cheap. I mean, this looks like one of the toy commercials.
Yeah, and I mean, like, again, original morphing sequences looked better than this, and this is a big screen movie.
Hey, cool.
Okay, the movie's only gonna be on for another half an hour. We better actually wear costumes for a minute.
Yeah. Meanwhile, at the cheap version of Temple of Doom.
You know, I have a crazy idea. I think it would be fun to do an experiment.
Yes.
Show a kid that already likes Power Rangers just the last half an hour of this movie and see if they think they're missing anything.
Oh yeah.
And just say okay, this is the movie, or this is the first episode of Turbo. See if they miss anything. Like, I kind of think you could start from this point and get the entire gist of this movie.
Or maybe you could lie to the kid and tell him all these awesome things that happen.
It's like, yeah, you think this is great. You didn't see the stuff that led up to it.
Oh
kid.
Man, you didn't see Divatox slaughter this family's like entire race.
Man, she had like a huge battle axe, and like, oh, and Kimberly and Jason, they weren't the only Power Rangers that you'd seen before that showed up. Man, we had like Gold Ranger action. We had freaking like Ninjor showed up.
Oh
Like it was
yeah, and
great.
the other Rangers got killed. It's just like the '86 Transformers cartoon where you see
Okay,
slaughtered.
did you catch that?
No,
They run past the screen and they make it sound like cars running
oh,
by.
oh,
Oh my
that's
God.
pretty lame.
Am I hearing this right? Is that happening?
Okay, guys.
I'm pretty sure we were just witness to that.
Yeah. Hey guys, what's puberty?
Oh my God, no! He's jumping around like he's still a little kid.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You're right. He ought to be fixated on the fact that he has grown man parts now. That was a little racy for my channel, wasn't
I know. Wow, this is spicy.
it? I do enjoy the idea of a giant lava monster.
Yeah, the lava monster looks good.
It
I
looks
think
it, it,
actually.
it does, and I think it's fun that she wants to marry him. I think it's hilarious. Like I don't know how you would have children.
Yeah.
I think that sort of thing is really funny. I enjoy that where
Well,
you've got
I'm
somebody
sure her plan. I'm sure she's a
that's
lot like
completely
Kim
impractical.
Kardashian, where she's only gonna marry him for 3 months, so she
Well,
can have
that's a good.
so she can
That's
have a
probably
E show.
yeah. Chances are she's not actually attracted to the giant lava monster.
That would be my feelings. Hey, Tommy, could you not look directly in my eyes? You're blinding me.
Oh man, we better turn these lights on so we can see where we're going.
Yeah.
Tommy, are you not surprised to see Jason and Kimberly?
Yeah. Oh, hey, Tommy, I hooked up with Jason. Hey, Kimberly, remember when we were useful?
Jason's like, wow, there really is no life after Power Rangers,
Yeah.
is there?
This is pretty.
Jeez.
Oh man, I'm gonna be opening up malls for the rest of my life. Come see Jason, the original
I
Power.
mean, how does Justin turn into like a normal sized, teenager or older and still have that voice? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's right. He should be talking.
Oh, maybe that's his superpower. Because you always wonder with Power Rangers what exactly is their powers.
Yeah. Oh, you know
Like,
what?
sometimes they'll do impossible things where it's like, oh man, you couldn't have done that corkscrew kick in real life.
Maybe they should have done like a DC Captain Marvel kind of thing where he had an adult voice. Like
Yeah, that would
wow,
have that would have been really great.
they could.
Or you could do like a firestorm thing where it takes like three people to become one guy.
That would have been.
That would have been great. It's like,
I
wait, how many Power Rangers are there now technically? Oh, like 25. Kind of interesting that they kept with the green colors, and of course they had to base it on whatever Sentai was doing, I'm sure.
yeah
But we didn't have green for the longest time in Mighty Morphin after White, of course, and then when they went to Zeo, green was back, but one of the actual five. They got rid of black. So in Turbo here, we've got the same set of colors that we had in Zeo. No black again.
yeah. I think black would have looked good with this costume though.
I don't know why. I think it would have too.
With the
And with cars, I mean, black, solid black, sleek black. That is a standard car color.
yeah,
It's really
or
strange.
silver would have been nice.
It would have been fun, and I mean, again, it's whatever Sentai was doing, but wouldn't it be fun to mix it up every now and again and let like one of the girls be one of the cool, awesome colors?
Yeah.
Like let a girl be the Black Ranger or something, right?
Hmm.
Girls don't have to wear yellow and pink. We don't need a color saying, "Hey, it's a girl," any more than we need a color saying, "Hey, that's your race."
Yeah, that's it. That's
You
all
know,
you got.
they They quit doing that after Mighty Morphin,
Well,
where the
yeah, well,
Black
that's
Ranger
because
no
I
longer
think
had to be a freaking black guy. Like, why couldn't we do that with girls too? Like, let a girl be
because I
like
think yeah.
the Aquatarian Rangers at the end of Mighty Morphin. One of the White Ranger was a girl. That was cool.
Hey, did she even fight the Pink Ranger? Oh yeah, okay.
Wow, really? You said that?
Nope.
All right.
What?
Oh, just the fact that Amy Jo Johnson had to deliver the line "Evil is as evil does."
I know it's lame. Oh, cool! You can just take the helmet off. Cool. Awesome.
That's a standard Power Rangers thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's right, they do. Friends.
Ah, well, Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates.
That is great. Oh,
And yet, she's having fun with this. I mean, it's ridiculous, but
it is. It is. Tell me, I don't want to hurt you. Hey, by the way, I'm sorry I totally got you fired from the team. And
yeah, sorry about that whole thing where I always had to be the leader, even though you were the leader before I got there, and there was never really any conversation about that or anything.
yeah, funny, huh? You can have the job back.
Hey, look, my helmet comes right off. It's over there. Go put it on. You're a Power Ranger.
Yeah,
You're a Power
see,
Ranger.
hey, it's cool again,
Yeah,
friends.
remember you were red. No, I'm red right now. You want to be red again? It'll be great. I tell you what, I'll just be the Tommy Ranger. I bet I could be just as popular as I am right now with no color at all.
Yeah.
I'll just be the Caucasian Ranger. That's my new color.
Oh man, thanks for
Oh.
waiting. Oh,
Yeah, like you could have done that the whole time.
yeah, they could have. Oh, I just pooped in
Well,
my
I have to
pants.
assume if you have the power to do that, I got to assume you have the power to do probably about anything.
Hey, maybe they should like first try and make the guy killing the guy not evil.
Wow, that's a great idea.
It's like, oh, maybe we should work on that one first instead of her who's just standing there.
The green screen here also looks really bad.
Oh yeah, these special effects are fantastic.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of the time on the show, it didn't look quite that bad.
Quick, pull me up! I don't even like lasagna.
Lasagna? What lasagna?
Da-da-da-da. Here's your helmet. All right. Let me just.
Really?
I love
Really?
how. Oh, hair went right in.
Okay, yeah, that's amazing.
It's not
Okay,
like
so
it's not like in football where you have the long-haired players now and you can see their hair like dangling down from the helmet. Nope, hair goes right into the helmet.
so that was really silly. Tommy, anytime like they're still morphed and they'll go to the command center and talk to Zordon and regroup or whatever, it's like it's halftime. We got to have a discussion. He would always say back to action, and then they would show right back up, and they'd be and have their helmets on again. Doing it here was really stupid.
Yeah.
Because the other four were in full garb, already had their helmets on. I guess they just thought, oh, this is a Power Rangers thing. The fans will like it. But the problem is we haven't been doing Power Ranger stuff enough, in this. Oh, and also, this is silly because the evil lasagna monster
Yeah.
needed needed something, like a pure person thrown in there, and apparently that guy works. Just throwing
Yeah.
that guy in there.
That's pretty. Yeah. Well, maybe he was just pure at heart and he just never knew. That's.
Oh, it's nice to get to see Jason at least get to fight some. That exchange was kind of fun.
Hey, barely even kicked that guy.
Tough room. I mean, this stuff isn't great or anything, but if this was what more the movie was like, it would be watchable.
I don't know. I mean, I'd probably rather just watch two kids reenact this with figures. It'd probably be more entertaining.
Well, they'd probably be more clever, right?
Oh well, yes.
Yeah, sure.
and there'd be less padding. Kids get sick.
Dun, 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 dun. Apparently, we didn't need human beings at all to make this happen.
Yep.
So this whole movie was completely pointless. All Diva Tox had to do was throw in a minion that she didn't care about.
Oh man, the new Ra's al Ghul is hideous.
This better be the last time he throws himself into a Lazarus pit.
Man, he's overdone it.
He's really lost his mind. Our only hope now is Biodome Head. Diva Tox's reaction. Oh crap, I'm marrying that thing?
Oh man, what was I thinking?
Man, I don't know what the honeymoon's gonna be like.
Here I come.
It looks a lot like the Beast from season 4 Angel.
Oh, he does?
A little bit. Okay, so the lava beast actually just raised one eyebrow.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Well,
That is the one thing I do kind of really like in this movie. I think he looks great. For Power Rangers, I like the design. I think it's great. I think it's funny. I would have bought a toy of that guy.
Yeah, it is kind of neat.
I'm just saying, when I was a kid, they didn't even put that guy out.
Oh, if you're a kid, I imagine this guy looks pretty awesome.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't put that guy out.
Yeah, I mean his eyebrows move and everything. I mean, they spent the money.
Yeah, it looks cool. They're doing some stuff with that.
Yeah, his jaw moves.
Why does everything else have to look so bad if they're doing that? Yeah, I don't mean it looks brilliant or anything. It's fake looking, of course, but it's Power Rangers. You expect that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, at least it looks a little bit more imaginative.
Quick, natives, get your spears! I mean, geez, the natives did well against the former Power Rangers. Oh, we're running into panic! Okay.
And you're top heavy.
All right.
It's like Manos had a lot more to say before the actual action was happening.
Yeah, I know. It's like this action is, I don't know, the most inaction I've seen.
Quick, into the catacombs!
Yeah. Stock footage away. Okay.
Okay, so who decided to put a cameraman right up at Adam's head?
Oh yeah.
I'm the Kool-Aid lava man. Okay, so he comes out and he looks like he can't handle direct sunlight. Look at him.
Yeah.
Like, he used to be really glowing red and everything, and now he's not.
I don't want to marry Diva Tox. I want to marry Pele.
I want to marry Kimberly. That would have been a great plot point.
Oh, that would have been great. Like,
wouldn't that have been great? He comes out and he just instantly falls in love with Kimberly.
Yeah.
Kind of like Nuclear Man in Superman 4. Also, with what was it? Was it Lucy Lane?
Yeah, or no, I forgot what her name was.
No. It was I know who it was, but I can't remember that name. It was the daughter of the evil newspaper tycoon.
Yeah, and he like flies her up into space where she can breathe.
Lacey Warfield was her name. Lacey Warfield. Okay, really? This is how our Zords work? They're regular cars, which we've done nothing with.
Yeah, and
then they grow, and then they turn into a Megazord.
Now, are they big?
Really?
Now, my question is, are they big too, or did their cockpit just stay small?
That's a really good question.
Because, I mean, look, they're the same size. Oh, I don't know. I guess their cockpit stayed small, but I mean, that's just odd.
That would have been great. Well, we already know that they have the ability to grow
anything.
Inches.
You know what?
Human beings.
I know, because, if they grew, then, hell with it. Let's just get out of this car and just beat them up, because we're, 60 feet tall now.
Wouldn't it be great if we made all the Power Rangers grow, and then the Megazord was just all of them on top of each other?
Yeah, they don't need the Megazord if they can do that.
But then it's like the Tick. All right, guys, it's time for maneuver 14B.
Oh, which one is that?
And then they just all stack each other on each other's heads.
Yeah.
All right, we got the Megazord.
By the way, I decided if I ever have to fight a Megazord or something like that, I'm gonna attack when they're like doing this transforming stuff.
Oh, forget that. You just attack them during the morphing sequence, grow, and then step on them as they're morphing. Problem solved.
Yeah, I know. It's like, hey, it's a 20-minute, connection scene here.
Cockpit looks kind of cool.
Yeah, the cockpit does look good. It's like, well, does Maligore just like sit by and just patiently wait for them to like build that robot up? Like, what's he
I
doing?
just think
They never show the
Megazord.
monster. They never ever show the monster like while they're forming the robot. Like
That
I would kill
that's another.
I would kill for a cutaway of the monster just like I don't know, just getting a smoke.
Yeah, that is one of those things that in later series they'll occasionally do something funny with.
Oh, okay, good.
But early on they haven't. One of the things that really drew me to that episode of RPM was they actually made a plot point out of the fire that explodes behind them sometimes when they morph. They said it was like exhaust or something.
Yeah.
And it was great. They made up some kind of like scientific sci-fi explanation for it,
Yeah.
and then at the end of the episode, they use it to attack the monster.
Oh, that's
Like they morph, and then the monster gets up to, and like on purpose, they're like, "Oh, wait a minute, we could use this," and it was really smart,
that's hilarious.
isn't it? I thought that was great.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, quick plug for RPM. I think that's great. So we're gonna beat this monster in 15 seconds, right?
Yeah, I know. This really it's not exactly a Lord of the Rings trilogy, is it?
No. And again, you get to the end of the first movie. I mean, I can't help but compare it. You get to the end of the first movie, and they kind of have to tangle with Ivan Ooze a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think
Takes longer than this.
yeah, well, they were just trying. With this one, it's like, okay, let's make him big and kill him. All right, we're done.
And I don't care if this is a car theme or not with your Power Rangers. It looks really silly to have it slide across like that, like it's on roller skates.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, cool Zords don't look at explosions. And now we're stranded here because we've forgotten that we have cars that can drive and our big ship blew up.
But wait, um if the monster made out of lava exploded, didn't he just like become lava again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you could very easily have it come back. Wouldn't that be great if that was the end credits?
Yeah. Like there he is. He's popping out of the volcano right now.
Be great if at the end he reforms his head and then he just raises his eyebrow at the camera.
Okay, I'll marry one of you. Get out of here.
We spent all this money on this puppet face. It's raising its eyebrow one more time.
Oh, cool. They're doing something else with it.
Really? The Megazord turns its head, and then the rest of its body turns with it.
Yeah, it's just like Nosferatu.
That's hilarious. Hi, I'm Manos, and my jokes are funnier than Captain Logan's. You just wait. Captain Logan's going to say something slightly funny. I'm going to follow it up with something way funnier.
Thank you.
I'm the real Manos, and I approve this message.
All right. Now, oh man, what am I going to follow up with that? It's got to be something really awesome.
Wouldn't it be great if it just turned? It was like Tommy in an MMA fight where he takes off his shirt and you see all of his tattoos.
Oh man, yeah. Oh.
I don't know if you know that Jason David Frank is filled with tattoos.
I believe that.
He's got tons of them.
I actually probably would believe anything you would tell me about David Jason Frank.
He really likes tacos.
Yeah, I believe that.
And every other month he goes to see Sesame Street Live.
Yes, yes.
And he owns his own tank.
Yeah. He killed a man by pulling his heart out.
and he has Wolverine claws. And he once considered changing his last name to Toledo.
He has a collection of old people's eyes.
Once again, I've proven that my jokes are funnier than Captain Logan. Again, he's wearing white again.
Yeah.
Well, at least we get to see Jason David Frank do something. Wouldn't this be more fun though if we got to see Tommy and Jason
Oh,
fighting
that would have
each
been
other?
great.
Because remember, that's how they met.
Yeah. Oh well.
When you go back to Green Ranger Saga, that's the first thing you see them do is they're sparring,
You know,
and then they fight each other in a like championship thing.
actually feel.
Uh,
Yeah.
Man,
Actually feel.
missed opportunities, y'all.
Yeah. I actually feel sorry for the Team Black guys. Like, hey, they're fighting the Power Rangers. They don't even know it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's like,
That's
hey,
never.
we worked hard for this.
I also, and I've said this in other things, but I also have always thought it's really funny that like the Power Rangers, a lot of them, they let everybody know that their main hobby is martial arts,
Yeah. They never
but they
try
try
to
to keep
cover it
these
up.
secret identities. That's hilarious.
And they always dress in the same colors.
Well, I guess it's more fair for Jason to win, this prize money, which I'm sure goes to charity because it's always for charity.
Yeah.
Because he's at least not a Power Ranger anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Although, again, if you know Zio, he was very recently. Like, it wasn't actually that big of a deal for Jason to show up in this because he had been the Gold Ranger only episodes ago,
Mm-hmm.
timeline wise. Now, Kimberly was kind of a get. We
Yeah,
hadn't seen her in a
because she
time.
was at the point, kind of just about ready to, do some other things. Oh, ironically named David Winning.
David Winning, I don't want to be a jerk or anything, pal, but no, you're not doing that right now. Shuki Levy directing this, it's really sad. Like he wrote a lot of Power Ranger episodes. He directed a lot of them. He wrote this. He co-wrote this. I don't know what happened.
I guess he
I
lost that
guess
magic Shubo Levy magic.
maybe it's fair to just say that he'd never done anything of this size before.
I don't know. I guess so. I
The
don't
thing
know.
is, there are a lot of like 4 or 5 part Power Ranger episodes that. Oh, he wrote the music. That's interesting.
Oh,
There are a lot of like 3, 4, 5 part Power Ranger episodes that could have easily been condensed way
I've
shorter.
I've never heard of Suki Levy, and man, he co-directed this. He wrote the music. He's like Prince. He does everything.
Well, he was basically the showrunner.
Yeah.
I think
Joe
maybe he
Johnson as
the show.
herself. Austin St. John. That's Jason, right?
That's Jason. Yeah,
That's an hilarious name.
that's Bulk and Skull there.
Austin St. John. That's like a soap opera name, really.
Yeah, and that's not his real name, I don't think.
Oh, real? Oh, good, good. Now here's the funny, wacky outtakes.
Here's us with this big reunion. But yeah, like what happened to Bulk and Skull?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Did they get their memories back?
Oh, this is great. This is where Dom DeLuise loses it.
Oh, really? We're gonna do a Bulk and Skull joke where they're in the Megazord and they actually that's kind of funny. Really?
They're stupid.
Yeah, that happened.
Even the
We got to do
troll
that.
dolls laugh at you.
We got to do that TOS ending where everyone's laughing. I gotta say the outside of the command center looks really cool in this.
It does. It's a nice map painting.
I don't know why if you have that you wouldn't just put it in the show.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like just go because the thing is they didn't elevate anything else for this movie.
don't know.
So just do that.
I'm never sure. I mean, that's just outside of Angel Grove, right? Why doesn't anybody ever go to that?
I don't know. I don't know what people think it is.
Yeah.
No, they're like that's Area 51 out there, guys. We can't mess with that.
Michael Knight.
That was the that was the most driving we've seen in this movie called Turbo with driving in it.
Actually,
Oh,
Bulk
man.
and Skull drove more on their motorcycle.
That's true. They did. Jeez. This movie.
Power
Manos,
Rangers and
did you
motorcycle.
see? Did you see Frozen?
I have not. We haven't had a chance to see a movie in a couple of months.
Oh, okay.
That is on our to-do list. We really want to see that.
Have you heard any of the music from it?
No. We're trying. Actually, I'm trying. I want to see it, so I'm actually trying not to see too much of it. Why? What do you?
Oh, I see. Okay, all right. Well, I just came up with an amusing parody of a song from that, but I'm not going to do it.
We'll do it for the audience. They're listening.
If you. Oh, okay, all
I'm not
right,
the
all right.
only
Well,
one.
I just thought of this. So there's this song in Frozen called "Let It Go."
Mhm.
And I just thought of this. Let it go, let it go. You're an irritating little troll. Let it go, let it go. Who actually liked this guy? Let's take a poll. He's just eating up time and wasting space. Somebody smash him with a Zord. This movie doesn't need him anyway.
I know, he's such a terrible character. I think
Seriously, what's going on
it's
there?
like George Lucas created him.
Oh well, we've got this Save the World song back.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I do really like that song.
Let's see. Lord
I still
Zed is
can't believe
Lord Zed
it
is
was.
played by Ed O'Neill. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he showed up and took a nap, is what he did.
You basically could have just had the head and just put a blanket over it, and that would have been it.
Ron Wasserman, there he is. I was trying to remember his name this whole time. I think it's really sad that they didn't have him do more music after Mighty Morphin, but he was still around for a while. That's cool. I always thought that his music had a lot to do with the popularity of that show.
Oh, this soundtrack's available on cassette. I'm gonna get it.
That's awesome. Well,
1997.
Manos,
Wow.
hey Manos, guess what? Larigo is a fictitious character, and any
Oh,
similarity is completely unintended.
oh darn. Well, I can still write my fan fiction about him.
You should totally do that.
Yeah, he's
You
got a
should
whole
write
great
some.
universe.
You should write some turbo fan fiction, Manos.
Yeah, with him and Bride of Chucky doing something.
I don't want to know what they're doing. Well, everybody, thanks as always for listening. This was both fun and painful.
Yes, it was.
And Manos, come and do another one of these with me soon, and we can pick something better next time.
Yeah, maybe we'll pick something better. We were tossing around some ideas, so maybe we'll do like something a little bit higher quality than Turbo.
Yeah, but I don't think this should be the last time you and I do a bad
Oh,
movie
it will
either.
not be. No, no.
No, definitely not. Well, anyway, thanks again, Mano. Sure appreciate you being on. And everybody, we'll see you next time on Geeks Not Nerds, the podcast. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm the real Manos.
See you later.